I finally went and got my root canal today. I can't believe my face isn't more swollen today, so I can help the people with medical anxiety like me because I'm 21. This is my first root canal I've ever had. Behind your teeth and the hard part of your mouth is so much more painful. When it started getting bad, I made a noise and he grabbed the needle, put the numbing stuff in, and put it straight into my tooth, like into the roots of my tooth. It was such a good experience there. Going there and getting yourself there is the scariest part. Ow! You're doing so good swimming in your little life jacket. You're getting so big. You're running around. Look at you. Can you do twirls? Spin?
He shook his butt.
Can I get a big smile? Oh! It's so windy today. And none of my swimsuits fit me anymore. Look at my... It's so much worse on my chin than anywhere else. Like my face is clearing up a lot more than it was at the beginning of my pregnancy, but look how bad my chin is. Might be the chlorine also, because it did not look this red this morning. I'm using one of my mom's swimsuits because none of mine fit anymore. It's so windy. My tooth is in so much pain. I still need a root canal and my insurance covers no endodontist, so it's Thursday, September 12th. Yeah, because tomorrow's Friday the 13th. And oh my god, I've needed a root canal for about a year now. I have a referral and I have to go an hour and a half away to Ohio State Emergency Dentistry and let a college student do my root canal so I can actually get one and not have to pay $1,500 out of pocket because my insurance doesn't want to cover anything. Do you hear the wind? That tree behind me is a great white oak and it is literally gigantic and it's rotting and needs to come down. Half the tree already broke down like 3 years ago or something like that, and now the rest needs to come down or it's gonna fall in the house. But I guess that's what this is gonna be. I'm gonna take you guys with me Monday for the root canal. I'm 21 years old and I'm pregnant with my second child, and of course I need a root canal because being pregnant has destroyed my teeth. They look great. It's just the one, it's my very back left upper molar tooth. And it's been hurting for months and months and months now, but it flares up, and today is one of the flare-ups. I've taken a bunch of acetaminophen, salt water rinse. I've put ice packs on my cheek and nothing is helping. We have to go to the store and get clove oil today, but so far nothing has helped, and I'm just now able to think. I've not been able to think all day, and it's like 4 p.m. So I'll take you guys to do that with me Monday. I want to get it done before October. I just want to get it done as soon as possible because I know it's going to take months for the sensitivity to go away in my gums. But hopefully they kill all of the roots so I'm not in pain anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring my ID, the referral, and my insurance card. So come with me at 21 and pregnant to get my first root canal in 3 days. I'm very nervous, but I would rather than pull the tooth and be in this much pain anymore. I've had cavities filled before, but I've never had a root canal. And I don't know what that entails. And even if they could give me pain medicine or laughing gas or anything, I can't have it. I can only have acetaminophen because pregnant. speak perfectly fine. You need to communicate better.
Love you.
I love you too. Look at these cute Halloween books we got for Ozzy. We went to Plato's Closet to get him some like winter clothes, even though he has some. And we got this book, and I picked out this one. That looks really cute. I love Halloween books, and I like collecting them because growing up, my mom was a single mom of 3 kids, so we would just go to the library and like rent a bunch of like holiday books and then take them back after the holiday, especially with Halloween and Christmas. Anyway, so I finally went and got my root canal today. I can't believe my face isn't more swollen. It's my left side, the very back molar. It's, I want to say the back tooth, but all 4 of my wisdom teeth are grown in, so it's not. It's my very back molar, right next to my wisdom tooth on the left upper quadrant of my mouth. Yeah. It's so sensitive, so I'm just surprised my face isn't more numb or just swollen. That was the only like open cavity that I have. My teeth are fine besides that. I think I have a few like minor cavities because I'm 21, I'm pregnant with my 2nd child, and that's in my genetics. Like, oh my god, I just bit a tooth, it hurts so bad. It does hurt really bad after getting a root canal, but when my mom, after her 2nd pregnancy, she had to get all of her teeth filled. Being pregnant made her teeth go to crap, and she had really easy pregnancies. And my first, I had hyperemesis gravidarum, so I was literally throwing up 30 to 40 times a day, if not dry heaving for hours, throwing up. In this pregnancy, I had all day nausea up until around 16 weeks, 14 weeks maybe. And I would throw up like once or twice a day, maybe like 3 times, but that was at most. But this pregnancy has still been so much harder. Literally got COVID this pregnancy and how I had to get a root canal. But that's what I'm here to talk about today, so I can help the people with medical anxiety like me, because I'm 21. This is my first root canal I've ever had, and I had to do it 5 months pregnant, so listen to me tell you about my torture. I'm also having Adam help me bleach my hair later because I'm really tired of the ginger hair. I just don't know how my wavy, frizzy, like kind of dry hair is gonna hold up. I did a test strand, this, but it's still like, I don't know, obviously it's lighter, like look at the under of that and then you can see that, but I don't feel like it took enough off, and I'm scared I'm gonna have to do 2 rounds and ruin my hair. We'll start, I guess, with how I found out that I needed a root canal. I finally got into a dentist. So, okay, starting, I guess. The last time I saw a dentist was probably like a month or 2 after I met Adam, so I was like 17 and 3 or 4 months. And then I had all of the addiction stuff. I was doing drugs. I just had my stop. Sorry, my clock went off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I did drug use before, but from 17 and a half to 3 days after I turned 18 was my addiction that almost took my life. And obviously I was not caring for my teeth during that time. And then I got pregnant when I was 18 and a half, a month after my best friend passed away. Gave birth July 15th of 2022 when I was 19 years old. Didn't go see a dentist, have been a stay-at-home mom for the past 2 years. And then finally, probably like, I want to say like a year ago, maybe like 8 months ago or something, I finally got in to see a dentist, and they told me I had a few cavities. So I went, and like a month or 2 after that, I went and got those taken care of. But I had scheduled to get my root canal done, and I was like, when I got there, they said they were doing this side, and I was like, no, I wanted to get this side. And they told me that I needed a root canal because this tooth had been bothering me since my son was like 6 months old. It was just bothering me so bad. Like I said, I had hyperemesis. I was throwing up. Acid on your teeth all the time did not help. I was throwing up. So brushing my teeth made me throw up. So obviously I wasn't taking great care of my teeth during my pregnancy, which also contributes to that. It's not just, I mean, obviously the baby sucks the nutrients out of your body, out of your bones, out of your teeth, but also not taking care of it. Let's just say that this situation and once I found out that I needed a root canal and looked up what that was, I started flossing twice a day, started brushing twice a day, started using mouthwash. Do that. So if you need to get a cavity filled, just go do that, because a cavity is significantly cheaper than getting a $1,500 root canal and then having to put a $15 crown on top of it. That is $3,000 for one tooth, unless you have good insurance or state insurance and can get it for free. So what I was gonna say is, so take care of your, so go to the dentist, make sure to get a small problem taken care of before you have what I had, because when I went, I knew that it was open. I could see that there was an open cavity at the bottom of my tooth. It wasn't big, but that was a while ago. They told me I needed a root canal, and then I got pregnant a second time, which was a happy surprise. Very happy with that decision though. But found out I was pregnant, had horrible morning sickness again, put it off, was finally gonna go, and then Adam's friend gave us COVID. We had not hung out with anyone in like, I don't know, like 6 months. And when his friend finally texted us and asked to come over, he came over, was coughing, then we got COVID 2 days later. I got it first. Adam and his friend shared like a twisted tea, and yeah, I got sick first. I was right next to his friend also, because I'm pregnant. You have no immune system when you're pregnant. It's all going to the baby. So I've never been that sick in my entire life. It's the first time I ever had COVID. I didn't get it in 2020. I got it in 2024. So, yeah, late July, beginning of August of 2024. It is now September 15th, or September 16th. It's a Monday. And I went and got the cavity filled today. But this video, I want to tell you my experience, because I put it off for so long that it became a big problem. I was in agonizing pain. I had a headache for 2 months straight. I don't have a headache now. I just got the root canal today. I was fully expecting to have a migraine or a headache, but I have not felt this good, and it just makes me feel so much better about myself now that I don't have this like decaying tooth in my mouth that is open. Like I feel so much better about my smile, even though you can't see it. Like, you couldn't see it anyway, but it just makes me feel so much better about myself. And it took a lot to get myself there. It was an 1.5-hour drive. I'm in southern Dayton, Ohio, and we had to drive up to Ohio State University, Columbus. We left the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, so we had to wake up at 5, wake our toddler up, our 2-year-old toddler up at 5:40. He was not happy. I packed a bunch of food, snacks, energy drinks, you know. Obviously, also don't drink energy drinks or coffee. I switched to caffeine pills a while ago, but caffeine's been really upsetting my stomach lately, so I try not to take caffeine unless I really need it. But don't feel embarrassed about, like, we all get cavities. Like, don't feel embarrassed. I had so many cavities when I was younger. It's just really admirable to even get yourself there. Like, honestly, just getting yourself there. I have really bad medical anxiety, and he was literally so freaking nice. My dentist was so freaking nice. But yeah, don't put things off until they become a big problem, because that's exactly what I did. I didn't go to the dentist from 17 years old, the beginning of 17 years old, until I was 20, almost 21 years old, which is really bad. You shouldn't wait years to go to the dentist. But I totally get it with medical insurance. Like, I really, really get it. So just try your best. Take good care of your teeth. If you eat sugar, brush your teeth. It's fine to eat sugar, but brush your teeth afterwards. So it's not just sitting there. Floss. Use mouthwash. I use an antiseptic mouthwash, mouth rinse, whatever. And Floss twice a day. Dentists just don't tell you to do that because they know most people aren't going to do it, but floss twice a day. So anyway, I got COVID, was extremely sick, and finally got myself to go do it. My boyfriend had to take off to drive us up there and watch my toddler when we went. When you realize that you need a root canal, when your dentist tells you you need a root canal, some dental offices will have an endodontist in their dental practice, but a lot don't. Mine did not. You also need to find one that accepts your insurance, which is really hard. And for my case, I tried to find someone who would bill me so I could do like a payment plan or something, and I could not find one. It was $1,500 before, and you have to pay it before we even take you back into the office, which was not something that I could do. I don't know any young person who could do that when our rent is so high. We had to get a new used car payment, $450. We have to pay electric bill. Food is, for us two and a toddler, pregnant mama, it's like $600 a month. It's insane. Like, we live in Ohio. It's actually ridiculous. I don't know what young person, or even, I don't know who has $1,500 up front, let alone to pay for the crown afterwards. So just do what you can. Do your best to take care of your teeth, and don't let a small problem turn into a bigger problem, because that's what I did. So learn from my mistakes, and I just wanted to make this video to, I don't know, make you not feel alone if you're having dental pain. If your tooth is really painful, if you have an open cavity, more than likely you will need a root canal. And I didn't know that. So I went and tried to get it filled, and they did the cavities on this side because, again, pregnancy. I'm 5 months pregnant. I went and got my root canal today. We woke up super early. Okay, so this is so jumbled because my pregnancy brain and so we woke up, went really early. It was a long drive. We had to stop because I had to pee so bad because of pregnancy, and I drank an energy drink. That's great to do before you have to go get a root canal.
It's not like that's gonna destroy my freaking teeth.
Again, learn from my mistakes. But when we finally got there, I had never been on a college campus before. It was honestly really hard to find. It was stressful. We had to pay to park with a parking meter, and it was $22.75 for an hour. And that's just so ridiculous to me now. You have to pay for everything, and it's not cheap anymore. Then we finally found the building, and I went up there because I was told that it was, if you had a referral, you could walk in, get the root canal. You didn't need an appointment. It's like first come, first serve type of thing. And I got there, and the front desk lady was nice. I gave her the referral, gave her my ID, gave her my insurance card. I also packed a lot of toys and snacks for my toddler and left my phone with my boyfriend so he could like play cartoons or whatever he needed to do to pass the time. So she told me that I wouldn't be getting the root canal today, and that they could do something to help the pain, which I was like freaking out. Like, I just drove this whole way, and I'm not even gonna get the root canal today. But that's not what happened. I guess, I mean, she's not the dentist, she's just the scheduling and like billing person. So I had to wait in the waiting room for like, I don't know, like 45 minutes before they finally called me back, which was fine. And people started showing up. I was the first one there. So finally the dentist, like the doctor dentist, came and got me, and he was really, really nice. He took me back and just immediately sat me down and started asking me like, when did I start noticing the pain, like what's been going on. And then he did some tests to make sure that it was a root canal. He like touched different parts of my mouth, like the back gums behind the tooth and the front, behind, like in front of the tooth, and then sprayed this like stuff on a cotton swab and touched it against the tooth. And my tooth was in agony for like 2 minutes. It was so painful, and he said that I definitely do need a root canal. He took the x-rays, but he was just really nice. You also have to fill out paperwork when you go, like you do with anywhere with being a new patient. it was nice just being able to walk in, and we made sure to get there right when they opened. He was really nice. He was asking me questions about it. He was being really sweet, asking me if I had any questions. He asked me, he saw on my paper that I had anxiety, and I heard him say that out loud, and he was just so nice to me. So he asked me if I knew like what the process of the root canal was, and of course I do, because I have to watch a video on it before I go in, or else I'll freak out if I don't know. And I just didn't know the process of a root canal, so I watched a video on how they did it. So when we finally got started, well, before they make you like, oh yeah, okay, so they put the numbing gel in where they have to do the shots. For me, it was in between my lip and right where the root canal is. They had to put the numbing gel there, and in the roof of your mouth, on the hard part of the roof of your mouth, like kind of far away from your teeth. So but they put the numbing gel on, they wait a few minutes, and then they put the numbing gel on, they wait like a minute or two, and I think it's because he saw that there was anxiety on my chart. He saw that I was kind of stressed out, and I was like, oh God. When I saw the needle and I closed my eyes, he was like, take a few deep breaths with me. And so we took like 2 or 3 deep breaths together. Like, he was literally more than accommodating and friendly. And mind you, this is like a graduate advanced orthodontics clinic. He looked so young, like he just graduated from college. He was attractive, he was young, and he was like really freaking nice. But so he had me take a few deep breaths with him, and then he did the first one to numb that first, because the one behind your teeth and the hard part of your mouth is so much more painful. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, because like the reason I didn't film, I wanted to film and explain in the car, like on the way there or on the way back. On the way there, I was having a freaking anxiety attack, was not speaking, was just scared, making sure my child had his toys, and like was eating. He fell asleep. And on the way back, I was in really bad pain. So did the first numbing injection, and then he said, whenever you're ready, we can do the second one, and I'm gonna start like getting stuff unpacked. And he said, take a few deep breaths, just prepare yourself for the second one because it's gonna hurt more, which it really did. And do you see that gnat? Get away from my parsley plant. You guys are sitting right under my parsley plant. Why is there gnats on my parsley plant? Oh my God, they better not be dying. They better not be eating my plant. Anyway, I said I was ready pretty quickly so we could just get it over with, and he was like, that's the spirit. And he grabbed it, did it. He had to, for the first one, he had to hold the needle in there for like 15 seconds. But it numbs within like 2 or 3 seconds, and it's honestly like not painful at all. But the second one, he only had to hold it in for like 5 seconds. He said it would only be 5 seconds, and he counted down because it was so excruciating. I could feel like the crunch because it was like the hard part of my mouth. Like, it really hurt. But again, it numbed pretty quickly. I did feel it all 5 seconds. He took it out, and then it numbed the entire roof of my mouth. It numbed my tongue. It was kind of hard to swallow, not gonna lie. But while that was all kicking in, he had me read the consent forms and like all the things that could go wrong, and they put only like the worst things on the list. Like obviously infection, bleeding, like that type of stuff. You'll read the paper when you go, or you can look it up. Obviously infections can happen, but at the end of the appointment, he said, if I'm getting any swelling, if it's in severe pain, if you think it's infected, call and we will prescribe you antibiotics immediately. And obviously it's kind of more severe because I'm pregnant. I cannot be getting infections. So yeah. So yeah, he got started. He told me there would be some weird smells and maybe some weird sensations. Put a rubber thing around my tooth, a little rubber thing to keep my mouth open. And he just said, if I feel any discomfort or like just bad sensations, if it's painful at all, he said, make a noise, raise your hands, scream, whatever you need to do. And immediately when he started drilling, I felt sensation, but I didn't say anything yet. But after like a minute or two of him drilling to get to kind of like the roots, it started getting painful, and I was like, That's all I could say. I was just like, because my mouth was being held open. And he stopped immediately, and he put the numbing straight into my tooth. Like, I'm sorry, the position's just gonna have to keep changing because I can't find my tripod. So immediately I felt discomfort, but when it started getting bad, I made a noise, and he grabbed the needle, put the numbing stuff in, and put it straight into my tooth, like into the roots of my tooth. And it killed off any pain or discomfort I was feeling in the slightest. These gnats, I think they're killing my plant. But, so yeah, he drilled, he kept using different things. They have to put a bigger drill bit on to kill all of the roots. And yeah, it honestly didn't take that long. And after he killed all the roots, he was using a antimicrobial, like antibiotic rinse directly into the roots, like rinsing it out, suctioning it. It was honestly it was a great experience, honestly. It didn't take that long. I think just anticipating the numbing injections was the worst part. But when I got to just like the drilling, I don't mind the smell. I know I've gotten cavities filled before. It's the same thing. They drill, it smells like you're cooking flesh or like it would smell to drill bone away. That's what it smells like. It smells really unpleasant, and I kind of feel like I have to hold my breath to not breathe it in, but you still need to breathe, obviously. And he would rinse it, suction it, rinse it with water, suction it. I also forgot to mention that when they're drilling your tooth, they have to switch the drill bits or the drill pieces between when they're drilling the tooth versus when they're drilling into your roots. For your roots, they have to use this really long and thin drill piece to be able to get all the way up to make sure to kill all of the roots off. And I had 4 roots. Do all that, and then they put a temporary filling in, and I have to go back in a month to get like the second and last appointment to the root canal to take the temporary filling out and maybe put a permanent filling in. I'm not exactly sure. I will let you guys know when I go again. And when I get, so with them, I walked in for that one. This gnat will not leave me alone. I literally just showered. Like, do not make me feel dirty right now. I showered after I got home. Anyway, I don't know exactly how that works, but it was a walk-in, and then they're gonna mail me the appointment date or something like that. And when I figure that out, I need to schedule with my dentist back here in Dayton as soon as I possibly can to get the crown put on, because there's just a temporary filling in right now because they can't just leave your tooth gaping open. And he told me not to chew anything hard or like hard candy, crunchy. And I just try to chew on this side of my mouth for now, which I've already been doing for so long because of the pain. I'm just thankful I don't have to use a toothpick every night to pick the food out of my tooth and take acetaminophen constantly. I'm just so freaking thankful that I could get the root canal, because I know so many people can't. My oldest brother needs to get one, and he just hasn't gone to get it. My brother has gotten like 4 abscesses now in that tooth, and I'm so lucky I did not get a single abscess. Like, I took care of the tooth to the best of my ability. Didn't get an infection or an abscess, just severe pain, headaches. If something cold, just even like slightly cold water or a drink or ice cream or just anything touched the tooth, it was excruciating for days. If I had food go over that side and I bit down wrong, excruciating pain for days. Acetaminophen, because it's the only thing you can take pregnant. It's not like I can go to the dentist and get laughing gas or strong ibuprofen. Like, I can't take ibuprofen, literally just acetaminophen store-bought. I'm just so thankful that I could get in somewhere to get it, even though it was an hour and a half away. But yeah, the entire time he was playing like rock music, like he has really good taste in music. Losing My Religion, The Chains by Fleetwood Mac, The Chain by Fleetwood Mac, some AC/DC, Welcome to the Jungle. Like, he was playing good music, and he was just humming it the whole time. And he was like, I'm sorry, I don't even know that I'm doing it, I'm just humming. And my mouth was open, but so I couldn't reply back to him, but it was honestly really comforting because I was just in my head and so bored. I was wondering what my toddler was doing outside in the waiting room for 2 hours, like, because it took a while to numb and do the consent forms. I just heard a loud noise. But it was just a process, and I'm really proud of myself that I went and finally did it and just didn't keep pushing it off till I had to get the tooth extracted. And after the appointment, he said to take acetaminophen as soon as I could and not to wait for the numbing to wear off. Newsflash, it wore off after 30 minutes of leaving the dentist, and I still had an hour to get home. And it was also my reward to get some KFC mac and cheese to myself. Adam and Ozzy obviously got food too, but I wanted a large ice water from KFC and a large mac and cheese that I indulged in all to myself, which honestly isn't that much food. It was not a full meal, even though it's a pretty big bowl of mac and cheese. It's American sized, whatever. But it was my reward to be able to go to the storage unit and get 0 to 3 month my bins for the newborn, because I am having another boy. The 0 to 3 month clothes, some 3 to 6, because I don't know how big he's going to be. All the newborn clothes, all the swaddles. I guess I had some newborn diapers left and size 1 diapers, which is really cool. And just, you know, the hand mittens, the socks, everything I thought I would need. And that's just what I was looking forward to after I told myself if I went to this appointment, afterwards we would go to our storage unit and get all of the baby clothes, which we did. And I was in excruciating pain, and it's like 86 degrees here in Ohio, which is absolutely absurd. Like, I want it to be in the like 60s to 70s, and that's still like warm for me. I grew up here. That's like warm to me. I don't like when it gets over 80, like, honestly. And now it's just getting hotter and hotter every year. Not raining, just drought. We just love global warming. But anyway, yeah, the numbing wore off pretty quick. I was in a lot of pain. The tooth is pretty sensitive right now if I bite down on it. The injection sites honestly hurt worse, where they push the needle in. I don't have any numbing left. I can smile. I can move my mouth. And I honestly don't really have any swelling. I'm going to keep watching the inside of my mouth around both sides of the tooth to make sure there's no swelling. Obviously, they just like drilled pretty far in to kill those roots, so there might be some. I just need to watch and make sure that it doesn't get out of control or the pain isn't persistent after 2 to 3 days, is what he said. But he was really kind. He was really young. He was really accommodating. It was such a good experience there, and I'm just excited to finally have it over with and feel a little bit more confident about myself. And I'm gonna go bleach my hair now. I'm excited. But yeah, I did a test strand. Yeah, that was my experience getting a root canal, the first root canal I've ever had, and I got it at 5 months pregnant, so you can go do it too. You need to take care of yourself. It can cause so many different problems. It can affect the baby in your belly if you're pregnant, but it can also cause long-term problems like heart disease or problems with your head. Mine caused me headaches and migraines, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if it makes the migraines like kind of dwindle down. The constant headache on that side of my head was definitely from the tooth. When the tooth would flare up, it was just like a searing pain. I was taking the daily limit of acetaminophen every day, and now I haven't taken any since like I got home like 5 hours ago. I've just been waiting for the numbing to wear off. But yeah, it was a really great experience, honestly. It's not as scary as I thought it would be. Going there and getting yourself there is the scariest part, and like the unknown, just not knowing where it is, like a new office, not knowing if they're going to be nice to you, because you can find staff that is really fucking awful to you, and it sucks, but that's just part of finding like a good provider. I've had that experience, especially with psychiatrists, the worst. But yeah, thank you for listening to my experience going and getting a root canal. 5 months pregnant with baby number 2. Hopefully I won't have to get one again. And I'm glad I could maybe scare you a little bit to take better care of your teeth. And to go get that cavity filled before it turns into a root canal, because it's no fun. It was not fun to drive an hour and a half. You might not have to do that, but you know what's also not fun? Having to pay a shit ton of money when you could have just bought some cheap toothpaste, some cheap dental floss. I understand though, with healthcare and mental health and not being able to get your mental health treated. So I don't know, I just wanted this to be a non-judgmental, open video. I was not the best at taking care of my teeth, and that's what led me to this point, but also going through 2 pregnancies drains your teeth, especially if it's like part of your genetics, just like stretch marks are genetic. And if you if you balloon up in weight, which I did during my pregnancy, I got up to 205 pounds. This time I started at 120 pounds and I'm at 145 right now, I believe, which I really could care less, honestly. I'm growing an entire fucking human and bones and teeth, and I grew an organ with him that's nourishing him. So take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Go to the doctor, go to the dentist, and just make sure you're okay. Check in with yourself because it's the most important. And thank you for listening to my story about going to get a root canal for the first time and actually having a really good experience. Okay, bye.